my name is Jerry Fisk. I'm a master smith. I'm going to make you some Damascus, and it's going to go like this. Okay, so much for the introduction. Alright, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how that I weld up a Turkish twist knife. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, what I've done here is I take 13 layers and weld them up, fold them, I get 39 layers. And then what I do is, it's like here, I forge it into a 1/2 inch square. Alright? Now this one's already twisted, but I'm going to show you how to get to that point. 39 layers, forge it 1/2 inch square. You heat it up real hot. The reason I don't do this is burn my fingers if I was going to show you. Alright? 39 layers, 1/2 inch square. Once I heat it up, I'm going to come over here, and this is my Uncle Al Twist-O-Matic. Uncle Al, let's see, his phone number is 870-642-7643. Uncle Al's Knife Supplies. He makes these. You heat it up, you drop it in here, and then you just start twisting it, whichever direction that you want. Alright? You twist it as tight or as loose as you want, and as much as you want. That's just, you just crank it just like so. Or you crank backhand for left hand. Either way you want to do this. Now once I've got it twisted, we'll go over to the board and I'm going to show you where the step I'm at right now. Alright, pay attention, class. Alright, what I've got, remember we got 1/2 inch square, we twisted it real tight. I twisted 2 right hand and 2 left hand. So what I'm going to do now, I forge them, ground them completely clean on all 4 sides. What I got right now, I've got 2 bars of twist left and 2 bars of right hand. So I stagger them, a left, a right, a left, and a right. And I will twist those. And I'm not in front of the camera, but that's okay. I can still holler. What I've got is right here. I've got a left, right, just like this. Now I'm going to bring it up to temperature, and I'm going to forge weld these bars. I've dipped it in acid so I can make sure that my twists are lined up right. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And you just keep on stacking these there, how big you're going to make your knife and how long you want it. This is a hunting knife. So we're going to bring these up to welding temperature. I'll forge weld them once with a hammer, and then I'm going to forge weld them by hand. You could start off and do this whole thing by hand, but I'm going to show you both methods. So what I'm going to do is put it in temperature, and what I'm going to do is put it in the forge, bring it up to temperature, and then flux it, bring it up to welding temperature, and weld it. Alright, let's go. Alright, I thought I'd show you a little bit on the twist. This particular knife has 2 bars. It has a left and a right hand twist. Alright, and you can see where it comes all the way into there. It's just the 2 top bars only. But again, so I forge weld these 2 together, and then forge weld that onto the bottom section, and then cut whatever pattern. Even the guard right here is, it's actually 3 bars of twist, left, right, left. So, excuse me, right, left, right. Because he's conservative, he didn't want anything turned left unless he had to. And that's what the 2 bars are for the Second Amendment. But this has not been etched. I've got to do the gold inlay on it, and so I'll do the gold inlay before I do my etching on the guard. So at this point it looks just plain. Alright, you can see my bars are getting hot. I'm putting the flux on it. Now we're going to bring it up to welding temperature. Always wear a face shield. It will stop you from killing your neck right here where you get skin cancer. Nobody told me that years ago. Wear a face shield. Besides, when you're doing that, those sparks are going to come up in here. Okay? Now the trick is to catch the temperature right. If Bob will come over in the camera, she's going to look into the forge and you can see what I'm seeing. Can you look through the camera lens? Can you see it better? What I'm looking for is how the flux runs on it. You You want that flux to run like hot butter on a pan. If it's not running and bubbling, it's not doing any good. Alright, let me put this shield on and let's weld. I will not be able to talk to you. You cannot wait. When you come out of here, know exactly where you're going to hit it, when you're going to hit it, how hard you're going to hit it. I'm going to turn the hammer on. Now, you saw me weld it with a trip hammer, and then I welded it by hand. Either one of them works just as fine. That's a 2.5 pound hammer. So you don't have to have a big hammer. And you don't even hit it as hard as you can with a 2 pound hammer. So what I'll do is go ahead and weld it one more time. I always like to make sure that last weld is an insurance weld. Make sure that sucker's stuck. Okay? And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld it, then I'm going to draw the length of it just a little bit. Too cold. The old blacksmiths used to have a saying, you go to hell beating cold iron. You're really going to find it out when you have a multiple pattern and you hammer it too cold, it's going to shear it. Now, the more you work it, the better it becomes, the stronger it becomes, the more it becomes one unit again. But initially, when you start smacking on this thing, you get it a little too cold, it will come apart on you. What I'm doing, I'm bringing it up to welding temperature again, and we're going to weld it on the side. We're going to go back to drawing our length. I'm turning my handle. Always I'm turning my handle so the flux continues to run. Here we go. How to weld all those separate bars together and get a nice hunter. This thing is about, I'd say, not quite 5/16 thick. I've got 4 patterns in there. So what I'm going to do, the mark of a good smith is not just saw this thing out because your twist pattern will run all the way out your cutting edge. So I'm going to cut this thing after it cools off. Oh, about a 50 degree, maybe 60 degree angle. I'll cut that off and just throw it away. In this bottom portion, I'll forge it up this way so that my bottom pattern runs the complete curve, and this will stop right there. It will look just beautiful when we get it done.